Yeah. Hey, you lost another. So when you say we lost another, what do you mean? What happened? I told him the rules. I told him not to use it, but he did anyway, and now he's trapped. When you say he's trapped, you don't mean. Ruby Amethyst mirror match. Okay, play Maleficent to banish your Elsa. Draw. Yeah. And play my Maleficent. Banish your Maleficent. Go. Okay, we'll take care of that. But while I have you here, when I say the words amethyst, emerald, what do you think? Interesting, but trash. Okay, have you by any chance seen this deck being played anywhere, any locals that you've been going to? Well, I mean, you and I are the same person. Me neither. All right, that was all. I got something to do, so get out. I actually had a question about the raise you said. Right. I don't care. Yeah, but you.
So if you haven't seen, there's been a recent surge lately with Emerald Amethyst, and it's always kind of been there, but it hasn't made any real noise. You know, it's just kind of lingering, and maybe it just wasn't optimized fully yet. Maybe it is now, but recently at the last two 1K events that PPG held, one in NDK and I believe the other one was Denver, Emerald Amethyst just pops up in the top 8. And even more recently at the Sanctuary Gaming Center, 2 placed top 8, actually 3rd and 4th. So what I decided is I'm gonna try out these decks. You know, there was one that caught my eye that I thought looked a little better than the others. They're all very similar, the ones that placed top 8. But I decided to go with the one, and I'm gonna try it out, play it against some decks, see how much I really like it. So if you want to know my thoughts on that, then stay tuned, and let's get into the deck list. So really, the card that we want to see with this particular deck is, it's hard because when I'm going to play Pixelborn, I'm not going to know what my opponent's going to have because I don't have a best of 3. So I'm just going to kind of mulligan how I think is going to be best, you know, best curve. Hopefully I get at least one of the 1-drops and then I play that. But theoretically, if you know what your opponent's playing, if they're playing something a little more control-y, then Pascal is good. You can maybe argue that it's not as good because, for example, Tinkerbell kills it on turn 4, you know, when it shifts out, but that's not the point of Pascal, right? The point of Pascal is not to have him on the board for the entire game. It's to get that annoying buildup of lore early on, and you can't get rid of it unless your opponent does have a Befuddle, or if your opponent has like a Fire the Cannons or something like that. But really the point is just to be annoying with that little extra evasive that he gets with another character on board, build up the lore a bit, and that's really what he's there for. Olaf you want to play, I would say more so when you're playing something aggressive, because let's say you're playing Amber and they have a Simba, right? A Simba bodyguard. You play the Megara, which gives him +2. Now he kills the Simba. He still stays alive and he's able to get, you know, another a Lilo or a 1-drop Maleficent, something of that nature. Then over here, ideally, you know, you get Cheshire Cat to keep something on board, to keep Pascal with evasive, because likely your opponent's going to seek to get Flynn Rider off the board as soon as possible. That puts another character, keeps Pascal with evasive. If you need to control the board, then you can play Rafiki if you have it. Just, you know, if it's being annoying or they're building up lore and they have Simba and you didn't get a Megara and you need something to get rid of it, Rafiki obviously there can handle that for you. But if you're running out of, you know, your hand, if you feel like you don't have good control, you need to start building up your hand a little more. Maleficent, again, you're kind of just going with the flow. Jasper, I feel, is good against other aggro as well that's that's really kind of getting ahead, you play a Jasper, you can slow him down a little bit. Plus it's a 2/4. Next, obviously again, Peter Pan is really just to help get rid of any annoying evasives that's on early game. That pretty much that's what he's for. He only quests for 1. If your opponent, you know, doesn't really have evasive, he can be helpful as well. Another annoying little Pascal character. And then you have your Hans and your Tinkerbells at 4. Again, with this one, read your board. I would say in most cases you're using Hans, right? Especially if you have a board. If you have a board, you have good like lore already on the field and you have a good lore buildup, he's perfect to just keep on adding to that and being really annoying. And now they have to put the full focus on him and get rid of him because it's just a 3/3 that quests for 3. You need to get it off the board. So now something else that was on your board that they maybe would have used a smash on, like a Cheshire, let's say, and they draw into a smash. Well, now between Cheshire and Hans, who are you really going to go for? I mean, you're going to go for the Hans in most cases. If you don't have a board state, I would say Tinkerbell might be the way to go, just because it's harder obviously to get an evasive off the board. If you're playing Ruby Amethyst control, well, okay, they likely are spending their Pongos if they have it, or Goofies as ink when they get them. They're likely just building up, and you can also if they inked it already, then you know it's probably a good way to go. And other than that, they have Dragonfire, which just means they have to use 5 of their ink to take out one of your characters because they're not going to be able to deal with it with like a Maui. So they have to use their Dragonfire if they have it. They only got 4 in the deck. Otherwise, they got to wait until they can play Be Prepared just to get your Tinkerbell off the board. So again, just like any other deck, I mean, I'll probably reiterate this a million times through all my videos. It's extremely important to just pay attention to what your opponent is playing and make your moves based off of that. And then, you know, the rest of the game, just like any other regular green deck. You got your Cusco, you got your Mad Hatter, you play into your Genie, bounce things. John Silver gives things reckless on the play and when he quests. But, you know, your big thing is Cusco, Mad Hatter questing for that 3/3 that also have those abilities that are very annoying. Get banished when you banish Cusco. Give draw when you attack into Mad Hatter. So a lot of this is just trying to build up as much lore as you can up until 5, and then get these bad boys and hopefully just put so much pressure on your opponent that you build so much lore that they can't really do anything about it. First time playing, well, I think I played with an iteration of Emerald Amethyst before, but first time playing this exact deck. Again, this is good for those early aggressors. We don't need a Peter Pan. I know, like I said, he could be good for the early game if they're playing a mirror match. I'm just gonna play for as if they're not playing the mirror. We don't need that. We want a 1-drop for sure, and we're playing second, so I think this is, oh yeah, we could do that. 4 and we draw. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see what they're playing. Let's see. Okay, Ruby Amethyst maybe? Let's see. Alright, most likely. What do we have on the 3? We have 2 Maleficents. This would be annoying for them to deal with. We could play just the evasives. That's gonna be a lot. I don't think we don't have a 2-drop though, so we're gonna need that. I'm gonna do one of the Maleficents. No, I don't have any extra draw in hand. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And that might seem like a dumb play, but really right now I'm assuming we're playing Ruby Amethyst. I didn't see a second color yet, but with that assumption, I think Peter Pan and Tinkerbell can be really effective. Okay, no play again on oh my god, dude, it would hurt so bad. It would hurt so bad. I have to play Megara to give evasive. Not that I guess it really matters right now at this point. No, he could have a 3 Rafiki, yeah. So we want to play something. Yeah, and I don't have a 5. Hans could be my 5, which could just die to Maui, but whatever. Again, the good thing about it is just the fact that when turn 5 does come, you know, all the other characters I have on board, they're gonna have to take their attention off and put it onto Hans. So if they have a Dragonfire or a Maui, they're gonna really need to put it towards him. Okay, cool. It's always good when they gotta use their ink to play it. We got a Cheshire, which quests for 2 and they don't have anything on board, which is great. We'll use the Tink as that, but right now I'm gonna play this just for the extra quest points. And I'll have a Tink next turn, so I'll have a different evasive that they have to worry about with more quests, or more lore. Okay, Jafar. Get Jafar out of your Ruby Amethyst decks if you're playing it. Just not great. I understand that it quests for 2, and you know, if you have good hand state, it's solid, but it's just not. You don't need it. Do not need it. I mean, because what are you gonna do here? You're gonna kill my Megara? Like, I mean, go ahead. Or you're gonna kill my Cheshire, which is gonna give me more lore, but now you're just gonna banish your Jafar. Like, so I guess he could attack into Megara and then ready himself and then attack into Cheshire, which is good. But again, right here, this is a good combo too, because now we have an evasive to give. We have an evasive character. Okay, that's fine. Because now he doesn't use it on the evasive, which is actually great for us. Unless he has another one, maybe he has another one. But yeah, we have an evasive that he has to kill to get rid of his evasive. But now we're gonna put the Hans on the board. And now if he does a Dragonfire, he's gonna go for the Hans, most likely. And then we have another free 3 before he gets to 7 for his inevitable Be Prepared. Oh, okay. Well, he has an evasive, so that makes sense. But now that's one less ink for him. Thinking of inking something. I have 6 on the board, which is really bad for him. If he has a Be Prepared, he needs to ink something and then get into another ink, because I'm gonna beat him the turn after this one. Okay, he's saying that. That's good. He didn't ink anything. Alright. Perfect. And now I get to bounce his Goofy with my Genie. And that's gonna be GG's. I mean, he can obviously have a Maui, have a Dragonfire, but he's only going to be able to kill him with the Maui and then only kill one with the Dragonfire, and he can't play both. So I mean, he could kill this and then Dragonfire, whatever, and then he stays alive. But then I only need one. I only need one, and so it's going to be hard to come back from that. Also considering that even if he does Be Prepared, I mean, he can play Elsa, free something I got, but nope. So part of it, I'm gonna have another video out too. Part of playing Ruby Amethyst is just getting lucky, you know, getting lucky with their unluck. It kind of, I don't know if they were playing it wrong. Obviously I had the evasive threat, which, you know, made him feel like he had to play the Goofy, which is great. But there's also a good chance he didn't get pulls he needed. So this is tough here. Do I just risk not being able to play something on turn 1? Do I keep a Befuddle that could... But I go first, so a Befuddle won't really matter, because by turn 2 I'll just play something. So I don't need a Befuddle. I have 2 turn 2s. I don't need... Yeah, I don't need that. Let's do that. Okay, perfect. I have 2 Flins. Don't need 2 Flins. Olaf. Boom. What are we playing here? Okay. Another Ruby Amethyst. It's not bad though. It's always good to see, like, this is the best deck, you know, no matter how much other decks are, you know, maybe beating it or placing with it right now. Still easily the best deck. John Silver's not too effective against it really. So, just just gonna get that out. Build lore. You can attack that if you want. You won't kill it. Yeah, so like I was saying anyway, just to continue, this is the best deck. Ruby Amethyst is definitely the best deck no matter what. At the moment, there are ways where you can make it unlucky, and again, I'm gonna make a video on basically, you know, how to beat it. But yeah, it's still overall the best deck, and this is a tough decision because this evasive could be so good because nothing, it's just gonna build lore. Obviously this can kill something. It's gonna be forced to attack this. I can do that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna force that to attack. Or what can he do on turn 3? He could play a Rafiki, but he still has to discard a card if that's what he's gonna do. Do I play for the quest? It's really good to play aggro against this deck. The evasive is so nice though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the evasive threat. Oh, I could Rafiki. Nah, because then he has another target to kill. I'm gonna quest with him. Do that. So now, ideally, you know, he can ink something. If he plays something, then he has to attack into Flynn with Gaston. Or with Rafiki. And then he has to discard something. So that's 3 cards out of his hand. He could sing with Gaston. No. I'm stupid. He's only a 2-drop. Yeah, no. So, yeah. He doesn't have to play something, so he could just lose 2 cards out of his hand with the 1 ink and... Nope. Oh, okay. He still only loses 2 because he gains a card there. Maybe see if he draws a card that's more discardable. So. Ooh, nice. Okay. That's a good card to have them forced out of. Oh, what did he... Oh, he attacked it with that? Okay. That's fine. I know I'm doing that. I can't... I think I'm gonna play him. Draw. Oh my god. That is not what I needed. Yeah, because no one dies with that, so can't do that. I guess the Cheshire could have been good, because then at this point I could have just only quested with him, and then he's the only one that could kill it. So Cheshire would be good too, but... Okay, he's at 4, which is just good to see. It's good to see that his hand's going down. He's at 4 ink. Hopefully, you know, a couple of these are uninkable. Just gets unlucky, maybe. Yeah, go ahead and quest. That's fine with me. The only thing is he has both of these, which he could then sing. Do I play Hans, or I think same thing, make him get worried, or do I clear his board with... Nah, I think I play this and then I can clear his board next turn. I mean, go ahead and attack into this if you want. You die if you do. Any of his cards die. Now he can he can play a Dragonfire, but that also means he's killing 2 cards out of his hand. If he has a friends on the other side, that kind of sucks. But like I said, this is just overall really hard deck to play against. Okay, so that's a inkable card that's out of his hand, which is cool. It's cool with me. It's keeping that Gaston. That's fine with me. It's fine with me, babe. Ooh, that would be good to play next turn, but I want it. Ooh. What do I have on the board? I have 4, so I'll get 4 this one if I want to. And then he will be able to kill 1 with him. Do I clear his board right now? Or do I Cusco? I don't actually need that. I think I Cusco. He might, I wonder, well, he can't save his Gaston if I, well, no, yeah, he can if he kills the Olaf with both. Maleficence. Or he could, no, he can kill Olaf with a stone and still live. So yeah, it kind of sucks. This is really bad. Like I said, you know, when you're playing control, you want to have that Pascal, especially this control where it doesn't have anything to really get value out of killing Pascal, and it takes one extra because you can't shift into a tank obviously, so you gotta wait till your Dragonfire. But then again, the value on that is just so bad for Ruby Amethyst. I mean, they have a Goofy, right? They can take care of it, but at this point I would have had an extra, what, at least 3? I would have had an extra 4 lore. So now, I mean, he can only kill 1 with Goofy. Obviously he kills Tink if he's smart. And then he can't do anything with his Gastone, it's just there. Can't do anything with Maleficence unless he has friends, which it's taken a long time for him to decide to sing friends if he has it, so I don't think he does. That makes sense. I mean, this is kind of scary now because he's 1 away. Okay, and then he kills it. That makes sense. Good play that he has that. I mean, it's kind of tough. Because I mean, he probably has to be prepared. Ooh, this sucks. I think I have to sing it though. Or not sing it, sorry. Just play it regular. I mean, I don't know. Do I play this? Because if he has be prepared, I mean, he's gonna kill this with Gastone, I imagine. I think I may even just play a Rafiki and not Quest. Or is that a bad play? This just sucks, dude. If I play Rafiki and don't Quest, I mean, they're both gonna die, and then Rafiki just gains 1. Yeah, we're just gonna hope they don't have a be prepared. I need draw, I feel like. Nah, I'll have 6 here for the genie. So I'll play him and not attack. I'm just basically hoping he doesn't have another inkable or doesn't have a be prepared. Pretty much what I'm praying on. Thing is here, if I play a genie, do I bounce his Goofy? He has 2 damage. He doesn't kill my genie, but then, yeah, no, I don't bounce him. Who do I bounce? This Goofy gives him 2. Yeah, no, if he's not inking that shit. Right now he has 6 on the board. I have 1. I might have to bounce that because then he only has 4. Or do I play Rafiki attack into him? I feel like I gotta bounce his Goofy because he doesn't kill me on his first attack. Get him on the board, attack. They both live. That's 4. And he's on the board as well. And then next turn I play him and he only has 1 card. Maybe? I think I do that actually. I need to... He's getting too close. That's good. Double bounce. Now he can quest for 4 if he wants, but I have a double bounce here, which would be really, really bad for him if he doesn't have... Okay. He would have quested with all of them if he had something for be prepared. I'm assuming he has like a Ursula, I don't know. Okay. I don't think yeah, no. I do this. Bounce that bad boy. That gives him an ink though, which is not good, but we'll see how it goes. I actually probably should have just bounced with Mother Knows Best. But I mean, would he really? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, he's not getting Be Prepared. Either. Why would you play Shield of Virtue though? That's so weird. Yeah, he's in a tough spot right now. I don't need to risk using my Hatter. I mean, if I play him, I'm threatening lethal. Because I get 3, that's 7. Then he would have to take care of 2 cards. And if I bounce him, that gives him an ink if he draws. So yeah, you know what? I will do that. I mean, he could double attack, but he doesn't kill my genie. So, I don't want to just give him flat out. Does he have it? There's no way. There's no way he has it. What? Did he just like keep a Pongo in his hand this whole time? I don't know, that seems really weird. Okay. Puts me down to 1 and he draws 1, which isn't great, but do I mean, obviously I quest. Do I bounce her? I think I bounce her. I mean, I shouldn't have bounced her, just in case. This might be bad. Yeah. I mean, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway. I mean, I can bounce her again. What would happen here? If I bounce her, she plays her again. She can prevent 2 from questing. I don't know. I think that, I mean, this is what I gotta do. It's one of those where I gotta play for them to be super unlucky. That's really it. I just gotta play for them to be super unlucky. They can't play 2 Elsas. So I'm just hoping they don't get another Be Prepared. If they do, it's probably game. Or if they have an ink, and if they play, well, no, Maleficent doesn't do anything. So, well, I mean, he banishes 1 thing, but I still win. Yeah, he loses because he can only freeze 2 things. I'm down by 2. Nice. All right. Well, I do want to play a 3rd, especially because I only played Ruby Amethyst twice. But I'm gonna end it there just because that was kind of long. That second one was decently long for 1 game. I did put this deck together on Dreamborn so you can see how much it is, because as you can see, it can keep up. You know, did my opponent make the best plays? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they probably should have inked certain things. But they, you know, I think my first player didn't be prepared, and then the second player, again, I kind of built up enough just to make it hard for them. But you could see that obviously it can't compete. It can compete. You could take this to your constructed leagues and you can do well with it. And ultimately, it's a little less. I mean, it's about $195. Which I get, you know, is maybe still a bit much. This would be considered a budget deck right now. This and like that red green evasive, but this is just a little better than that. But $195 is not terrible. If it's still bad for you, there's certain things you can adjust. I mean, you can take John Silver's out. You could see in those 2 games really didn't matter. You can put Mother Gothel in there. Maybe throw in another Rafiki. You know, you saw there that I drew into both of my Rafikis, unfortunately, at bad times, but I mean, that usually won't happen. The chances of that are not very high. You can add another Peter Pan if you want. You see how important evasives are in that situation. It forces them to put out one of their inks, which can take longer for them then to be able to get to that Be Prepared and to their Elsas and whatnot. It helps you build lore up. What I would say is Cusco is probably something that you just want to keep in your deck. only dies to be prepared against Ruby Amethyst, and it takes a decent amount from like your steals removal. You have to do 2 grab your swords, or they have to attack it. Same thing like Ruby Amethyst would have to attack it too, but then it banishes whatever attacks it, gets that off the board. So yeah, I just wanted to show that just because it's a deck. It's definitely a more affordable deck than a lot of the other top tier meta decks in the game right now. So take a look at it, try it out on Pixelborn, do what you got to do, you know, test it out at some of your locals. It's a fun deck to use. You know, it's easy to build your hand up a bit. I think I got one friends on the other side, wasn't able to sing it, but you know, you have things to actually draw on this. So if your downside of green was that you couldn't draw anything, well, this might be for you if you like green, but you just don't like that green doesn't have draw other than Mad Hatter. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day.